Morning. So this video is about this. It involves this. This is a macro cut CNC plasma table that I got off Marketplace for a really good price. I had an Arcdroid CNC plasma, which was a great little tool. Got plenty of use out of it. But this came along and it came with a Hypertherm 45 and the price is too good, so I bought this. I have made a few modifications to the table which I'll show you in a minute. But today we're going to be using this to cut out some 6mm mild steel to make a fire pit for Tim Coleman. Some of you may know or have heard of Tim Coleman. He is local to me, he's a mate of mine, and he takes classes on dirt bikes and trials bikes and that sort of stuff. He's a very, very talented rider and just a good dude. So we're making him a custom fire pit so that when he's running his classes up on his property, at the end of the day or at the start of the day, they can have a fire and have a chat and maybe cook some food, don't know. But anyway, that's what we're doing. So we'll go over the new table and the modifications I've made, and then have a look at the G code I've written, cut it out, weld her up, and it should be good. Also, I should say, I haven't forgotten. I haven't forgotten about the Honda build. I found another Honda S600 local to me, would you believe? This one's yellow and it's got a Ford Anglia, I think, engine, transmission and rear end in it. It was running and driving, and but then the transmission had some issues, so I will be acquiring that soon. And then I guess that sort of changes my plans as to what to do, what to use, what not to use. So that is still in the works, and I'm still hunting for a donor CBR 1100 XX carburetted, so pre-2000 I think, the first generation. So if anyone has a CBR 1100 XX Blackbird in a carburetted format, cheap, let me know. But yeah, that's the Honda news, such as it is. Let's get into this. Okay, so this is the table. I've hung the plasma down there. This is the user interface. You can see I've got my G code already loaded up. There's a bit going on here, but once you sort of get into the swing of it, it makes a bit of sense. There are some things on here I've never used, some things I may never use, but anyway, as you can see, it's not exactly a conventional CNC, as it's only got one side, whereas the big ones have got a mast over there and the X and Y is controlled by two towers. This is not that. It is a table built for 1200 by 1200 sheets. I didn't want to have to cut full sheets in half just to fit on this table. So what I've done, it is a waterbed table, is I've notched down this side just a shade lower than these standoffs in here, and then using the table I've cut and welded up these here so they protrude about 400. So with the full sheet on there, you've got 1600 supported and then about 800 not supported. In this case, I've got a stand under here anyway. But yeah, and then I've just notched, that's just a piece of 3/4 inch pipe I had lying around. And so the pipe, or the sheet, sorry, just rolls over the pipe. And now I can fit a full sheet on here and just feed it in as I use it. So I'm pretty happy with that. It's worked as well as I would have hoped. So, all right. just excuse the noise. I've got an extraction fan going on there, and there's a petrol compressor going there. So we've got this set up here. I've got the cut speed where I want it. The kerf is a 1.5. I'm not sure how that's going to work, so this might be a bit of a just suck it and see, but we'll see. So we have to zero the torch, which we do. Have to lock it, so now I can't move it by hand. Now and then it's going to do all this, hopefully. I've got the earth clamped on over there. Machine's at full tilt. Let's give it a go. Alright, well that worked really well. I had one moment where I had to stop and change the consumables. So I started here, and this is fine, like they will tap out quite easily. I'm just left-handed, try to anyway. Maybe they won't tap out quite easily. Oh, there you go. So like they will come out. I'm not worried about that, but I know it can be better. So right there is where I put new consumables in, and the oh, that water's hot. The difference is chalk and cheese, you can see there. So that's all cut out. Yeah, so that's what you want. Let's have a look at the dross. Yeah, it's this bloody hell, there's basically zero dross. So that's 6 mil. So we'll get all this pulled out. I'll trim the sheet up, and we'll get to weld and Alright, let's have a look at the difference between consumables that need to be replaced and new consumables. So there's bits and pieces of dross here everywhere, but like that will just peel off. And on the other side, there is barely any dross at all. It's a really nice finish. This on the other hand, this will clean up just fine. It just does mean a lot more cleanup for me. So you can see that the letters didn't pop out on their own. They'll just tap out. But on the back, you see all this dross built up. So there's a visual representation of consumables that need to be replaced and brand new ones. Alright, that's done. There's a bit of spatter, so I'll just get a sanding wheel and clean that up. Clean up these corners a bit. But otherwise, that is ready to go. There's just one hole in the middle for drainage. I was going to put more holes in the bottom for breathing, but I think it'll breathe really well just through the sides here, and that'll mean less coals falling to the ground. But when it rains, it won't fill up, so I'm really happy with that. Hope Tim enjoys it. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one, whatever that is.